I think we're live now.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh
worst
shit.
case
Cool.
scenario, we can
So we're good
always
now?
change it after the
We
fact.
got the new title, we got audio, everything's good.
Bye, CSA.
Thank you, Jordan. You're literally saving my ass right
Bye.
now.
No problem, no problem.
Okay, let me know if there's any problems. I'll
Wait,
text
so we're
you.
good now, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, bye.
Should
Alright,
good.
cool.
Yeah.
Okay, let's start this one more
Let's
time.
restart the stream one more time.
I think, do we still have 0 viewers though?
Last time I
Yeah, we
promised.
just
For
viewers.
For the recording.
Yeah.
We can just, I'm pretty sure people know who we are. Anyways, hi everyone. Again, this is Kyle. I'm a third year civil engineering major. Pronouns are he, him, his, and I am from Sacramento, California, and I'm one of your VPs here at CSA, or am about to not be, but
Hi, I'm Elaine. I'm also one of your VPs for CSA, but not for much longer. Pronouns she, her, hers. What else? Oh, I'm from San Diego. Oh, I'm a third year nutrition major. Okay, Rocco, your turn.
Hello, everyone. I'm Rocco. My pronouns are he, him, his. I'm a third year stats major, and I am the current president of CSA, and I will be retiring soon.
Sad.
Hello, I'm Sean. I'm a second year business major. I am CSA's treasurer currently. And yeah, my pronouns are he, him, his, and I'm from San Jose.
well, cool. Good thing we got that out of the way.
Sorry.
Yeah. Damn, it's been quite the year, huh? We've we're talking about it earlier, but when we first signed up to be vice president of this club, none of us knew that it was gonna be like this. I didn't even know it was gonna get into the USA by then, and I think it was something that was a little funny. Was I remember at the end of elections, I was talking to Elaine about oh, we need to immediately look for a venue for senior banquet. It needs to happen. We need to do it really quick. And good thing we didn't pay for anything because it would have been bad.
Yeah, I personally didn't I didn't expect what happened to happen. I knew about COVID in January, but then there was also a lot of misinformation about it, so I didn't really take anything too seriously. And then because we had elections at the end, early March, late February, so it was right before everything got out of control, and it definitely threw a curveball into CSA board this year and how to do CSA in the last year.
Yeah, I remember at the beginning, we were just doing a lot of oh, what do we do? What does online even mean, right? I remember that famous video that Armstrong put out because will we be in fall? Will it be safer in the spring? The answer is no. We're what does that mean? Are we hybrid?
Yeah, no, he's wouldn't it make sense now to just say all classes are online? The answer is no. Oh my gosh, I remember that.
Yeah, and it was just so much uncertainty around what was happening with clubs, what was happening, are we still allowed to do stuff, and then I remember we had so many meetings, all right, well, how are we gonna handle this? What are we doing?
Literally at the end of every single meeting, we decided we don't have enough information yet. We're like, okay, next meeting.
Yeah. We would just be so should we plan for in-person fall? Because at the point we were oh, this fall's for sure gonna be in person.
Fall,
it'll be right? Yeah, at least it'll be hybrid, right? And then we're oh, there's not enough information to tell. We should just wait on it. Oh god.
We weren't the only people that weren't sure on what was gonna happen. It wasn't just us, it was all the other clubs too. All the cultural clubs especially. I know everyone had a hard time trying to figure out what to do. And it's definitely very interesting, at least for the three of us, our first year on board versus our second year on board were just two completely different experiences. I don't really know how else to describe it,
It was different.
Yeah, it was. And then looking back, like all of our events, we usually do spring quarter. Like spring quarter was just completely different, and then we kind of had to just go with the transition with like club services and everything being online, and just like having to, instead of like going on campus to general meetings on Zoom instead. Just a completely different, completely different thing that like nobody was used to. And
Yeah, I think the way we approached online versus like in person was like so different. Like usually I think the approach we would take if we were online was very like structured, right? It was like we know exactly what we're doing, what events are, we do every year, and then there's some room for like, come with a new event here and there. But I think online we were really taking the approach of like go with the flow kind of thing, like go week by week, especially in spring where like everything was like not set in stone. So we were kind of like, oh, do we do game nights? Do we do, uh, you know, I think did we do our first culture dialogue in spring, or is that in? I think that
Uh,
was right.
fall.
no,
In
it's fall.
It was fall. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Do we want to run through the entire year of events? I have like the calendar pulled up.
Oh yeah. Well,
Yeah, I mean,
what did we do in spring? I forgot.
We did the Dalgona coffee event
Oh man,
by Jody.
that felt a long time ago.
oh, it's so long
Yeah.
ago. Oh my gosh.
Wow. What an era of quarantine when everyone was sipping coffee.
We had exercise with Steady.
Oh
yeah.
yes.
What does this? Oh, we had like PCW too.
Oh, I remember PCW.
Yeah. Oh my god, wait, we had game night with Epic. I like forgot that happened.
Yeah, that was actually a lot of fun.
That was
I'm
really
glad we were
fun.
able to do that.
And like also APIDA open mic.
Ah, that. I remember
Mhm.
Oh, cooking with Jordan too, or cooking with Chu.
Jordan. Chew.
Oh yeah.
that.
That was the first.
Man, we like. Go ahead, Kyle.
I was just gonna say that was the first collab we did with Epic, right?
I think that's the first, yeah.
That's cool. We should do more in the future. Seems like a good opportunity for us. Sorry, go ahead, Daka. What are you saying?
What was I gonna say? Yeah, I was gonna say like we definitely thought outside the box for a lot of stuff, because I remember like when we went online, I was like, okay, how are we supposed to do like all of our usual stuff? Like we can't do. So usually during spring, during a normal year, I think the main things we do are Family Olympics, which is like another fan-based competition event, and we just had to cancel that. I think now looking, like if we knew it was going to be online, I think we could have planned an online version now of that event, but because it happened so soon, like there was just no way to like go around that. And then also like senior banquet had to be completely like retired for that year, because there was just no way for us to like replicate that online.
Yeah. You know what I completely forgot about? Sunfest.
Sunfest as well, yeah.
Yeah.
Tears.
I don't know if they're gonna make that online this year, but it is no longer my problem. So
Sunfest is actually like, I remember it being a lot of fun.
Mhm.
Like when we were freshmen.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
When we were freshmen, I was the one planning it.
yeah.
That was so long ago.
Boom,
Yeah, I
boom.
don't think it'll happen this year, but if they bring it back next year, that would be cool. I'd be
Yeah.
down
No
to
one's
go
gonna
next
have
year.
any Sunfest experience though. Everyone will have graduated.
Yeah, so it'll have
Oh,
to be
yeah,
like
huh.
from scratch.
It's just because like everything, the lockdowns and quarantine and everything just hit us like a truck. It was just like I remember like the week of finals, winter quarter, like our in-person classes started getting shut down because they were like, oh like online finals. Some classes were just not having a final, and then like it was just out of nowhere. All of a sudden, no one was going outside, and then it was like we didn't know how to process like what was going on, so we were just kind of like, what do we do for CSA, right? And then such a wild time, but I think we found our groove kind of within online format, especially during fall and part of winter that we were on board. I think we found out like exactly like how to operate online, and feel like we got a lot better at it.
I think we definitely did. Just like from what happened spring quarter, like all the events and how it scaled up to like virtual man, that was like a really big event, and I was pretty proud of that, the turnout.
Yeah, virtual one did so well. Like, I cannot believe how much like thinking and effort it took to like transform a beach like, you know, physical
Online
running
beach.
outside, yeah, to like an online, you know, to an online format and do it well, you know. So I thought it went super well. I had a lot of fun, especially watching the skits and stuff. Oh, it's so funny. Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm very proud of the socials for doing that. You guys
Yeah.
surpassed
Yeah,
our
they did a great
surpassed
job.
us.
Mhm. Do we want
I
to
think
talk about? Ooh,
we're gonna say the same thing. I was gonna say, let's talk about some of the other events we usually do that we
yeah.
won't do this year.
Let's see. Let's just go with
Um,
the quarters. Fall quarter. Wait, no, summer. There was SoCal outreach and NorCal outreach.
Oh
That
yeah,
usually would have happened. That's where I met my little.
those outreaches like actually mean like a lot to me because that was like the first time I went to CSA event actually. I remember Kai dragged me out. He was
Yeah.
like, "Can you drive me to my own event?" I wasn't even in
Classic
California
Kai,
yet,
dude.
and he asked me like, "Oh, I'm planning this event. Can you drive
Yeah.
me?"
Oh, that's such a long time ago. I remember seeing that. Like, I wanted to go, but I was like 5 billion miles away because I was in China at the
Wow.
time.
I didn't go. I think I was busy that day. I remember though.
Yeah.
And then
Oh,
the one last, well, technically not last year. The one from 2019 was a lot of fun with that NorCal
Yeah.
outreach because we met a lot
Yeah,
of people.
there's so many people there. I met my little there.
A lot of people ended up joining like CSA that came out, which was pretty cool.
yeah. I busted a mission. I went in the morning from Slow down to LA, and then that night went back from LA to Slow.
Oh man.
Damn.
Oh,
We need more SoCal people.
yeah. If you're a little watching this and you're from SoCal, please run for board.
Yeah.
We're not going to sell a quota for SoCal people.
Have we been like keeping an eye out on the chat?
Yeah, I've been kind of looking.
Well, yeah, ask
Okay,
ask some
okay.
questions in the chat. If you guys have any
Ask
questions for us?
questions. This is like
Yeah.
basically exec's last thing, so please.
Yeah, this is
We're-
kind of
Make it
other than
interesting.
We're
elections.
leaving.
Goodbye.
But yeah,
Goodbye.
I mean, talking about outreach, I definitely think that if we're on track, if herd immunity happens in the summer, I think it will be safe enough to do outreach events. So, note for next board, if it's safe enough, I definitely think it's a great event to do.
Yeah, definitely have to like see what the guidelines for California are, and like if we're allowed, like what the max amount of people to meet outside are, and yeah, take that into account too.
Yeah.
And then like after outreach, like the next thing is really like week of boredom, right? Like that's something like I really wish we got to do this year. I really wish we got
Board
to do a week of boredom,
retreat.
like a board retreat.
retreat.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah,
I'm not sure if like everyone knows this, but if you're on board, the thing we do is like before fall quarter, board will come like a week early to slow, and then we'll just like hang out and you like stay over in someone's house, and then we'll just like plan fall, do fun stuff, and then we get an Airbnb for a board retreat and just go have fun. I really wish we got to do that this year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, chat. Board was always more NorCal. It is. That's because like most Asians are from NorCal.
NorCal.
But like, yo, it's so frustrating. No one drives me home anymore since Alex Painter graduated.
Yeah, you're in the clear minority, Aline.
Pain.
Even in our group, it's 3 out of 4.
Yeah. The only 3 people from San Diego are on board though. It's me,
That is true.
Steady, Thomas.
Yeah, Steady
Good
and Thomas.
time.
Y'all got to make yourselves known somehow, right?
I always saw like y'all had like a San Diego crew thing going on. I would always see that like on Snapchat and everything.
That's
Listen to
because y'all
McDonald's.
had your own Bay crew, which was like 60 people. Ours was more people.
You know how that started? It was just me and Kai randomly going to SJ for boba, and then it was just like we started being like, "Hey, who wants to like meet us?" And then there's like half of CSA came out apparently.
Yeah. I remember that. That was so fun.
Oh, Sizzle Spot was. I remember that. That was a big crew.
Yeah.
I remember, funny related story, but this over break I went Christmas shopping and I had to go to like one of the malls in San Jose that we went like for that big event, like or that big like spontaneous hangout. Like I went to the same mall and it just felt so different. I was like, wow, a year ago I was like hanging out with like all the CSA people here and like there were large groups of people and now everyone is like wearing a mask and everyone's socially distanced and it felt so weird. Like it didn't feel natural, you know?
Mhm.
Okay, anyways. Events. Fall. Oh,
After
okay,
week of
usually the first week of fall we would have like 3 events. 4 events?
If you count like club showcase.
Yeah, club showcase and general meeting. After general meeting, we always go get boba, and then
Farmers market. we had
farmers
last year.
market. Yeah.
And then that weekend is meet and greet and bonfire.
Meet and greet
right?
and bonfire. Oh god.
We had like 5 events.
Yeah.
That was pretty fun though. It's like from a first year perspective, that was really fun. Fall quarter was like definitely like the best quarter out of all of my first year.
Yeah, you really hit the ground running. Like any prospective board members watching right now, like if you really like when you hit fall, it's just boom, you're going and there's freshmen and there's events every week and you know you're pairing, passing. Oh shit, everything's coming out.
Dude, freshmen. Not gonna lie, freshmen are scary.
Wait, what do you mean?
There's so many of them.
That is true, yeah. That's a lot of freshmen.
Going to the first general meeting last year, like
There was like 300 people.
It was like, oh my god, I've never seen it this crowded.
That looked pretty normal. Like that came, like from our perspective, that looked pretty normal. It looked really big, but it seemed like it was a normal thing. So like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, every year the first general meeting is really big, so
Even this year, our general meeting, like this virtual general meeting was like, there's a ton of people. There's like,
I think it was like 200.
yeah, something like
we had
that.
200.
There's a lot of people. That was the most people I've seen in a Zoom call before. I was like, wow.
Yeah. What usually do we do? Oh, we have Ultraman, obviously, as well.
Yeah, next week after is Ultraman.
In the fall. What else is there? T-Bank.
MDO.
MDO.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say
yeah.
like Ultraman, like I mean, since a lot of the new members didn't get to experience in-person Ultraman, like we could each talk about like our Ultraman experience. Like at least for me, it was like when we were second years because I didn't go first year. It's one of my biggest regrets, not going to Ultraman first year. But for me, like I remember like for Yip Dynasty, we got second place, and it was like I think like we were in the lead at the end, and then like we lost the relay and lost, but we still got second place. I was like, dang, second out of like 8 fams. I'm pretty happy about that. And being able to like, I think the main thing I remember is like the T-shirts we made because we did like Pokemon through Yellow, and I was like able to do the Master Ball thing.
Oh yes, I remember
I
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, for me, Ultraman, I went to Ultraman my first year, and second year. Well, second year I was planning it, but the first year, I went, and honestly, that was probably one of my favorite memories from it. Just like being out there and then meeting everyone, and Chin won my first year, so that was probably the most hype I've been through. Like we were WoW leaders because our shirts are yellow. I just remember like getting to the end of the relay, and we were all just sitting there, and then, you know, it's like, oh, Chin won. We're like, I was going crazy.
Dude,
It was like,
I remember first year someone did the 805 copy pasta for their back of their shirt for kids.
it was me and Cameron. It was me and Cameron.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I was a ballin' little first year. I was one of 3 littles in Ballin. Because Ballin had too many returning members, so they only had 3 littles.
Oh, dang.
So basically, I participated in like every single event. That was fun though. Well, we were cereal, I think. I was Cheerios. Anyways, Ballin always loses because y'all are unfair. So, yeah, that was my first.
We
Y'all,
target
y'all
guys
just
in,
get targeted.
Fortnite.
That's your own fault. You're too big.
We
Too big of
had
a
three littles. We had three littles.
I mean, this just applies to like any type of competition style event. Like Ballin just loses because there's too many people.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then second year, Kyle and I were social.
Yeah.
We woke up at like 5 a.m., 6 a.m. Wait, someone didn't get up in time. Was that you, Kyle?
I swear I was there on time. I swear I was there on time.
Uh-oh.
Exposed.
Uh-oh.
No,
I was there on
had to-
time.
I had to call someone. They're like, it was some. I forgot who I called. I'm like, oh fuck.
I was for sure there. But yeah, I mean, from that going to like seeing how like in person changed to like virtual, it was pretty amazing. Like to see how like the virtual games that the socials planned this year and like how they represented the same games that we played in Ultraman. That was really cool. I thought the spirit of the skits in this in the song, the new song thing that we did was like they captured that perfectly as like a real life skit. It was had a lot of fun with it. Also, we could use props and stuff, so it was really cool.
I would argue that the online skits this year were like more entertaining than like previous years because like we had more time to prepare. Like we wrote for Yip, we wrote like a script. Like it was super serious. It was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun with that.
What would you say like is your favorite memory of CSA? Like I heard Kyle talk about Virtual Man being his. Like what are your guys' like favorite memory from CSA?
Ooh, I think I have an answer, but it's probably different from a lot of people. But for me, it was CNYB last year when like I got to see the play, like during that performance because like I had like written the script, and then I helped co-direct it. So watching that all come to life like on the day was like probably like it was awesome. Just that whole day was amazing personally. So that's probably my highlight.
I can't think of like one. I mean, like Ultraman's like the cop out answer, you know. Like obviously everyone loves Ultraman. But I think like Winter Formal was kind of fun. The DJ was kind of ass, but like other than that,
Winter Formal, like looking back, hits harder, but we'll talk about that in a little bit.
Yeah.
but it was fun. Like seeing like everyone dressed up, looking cute, you know. Okay, dude, I remember like that one moment in Winter Formal when the DJ played that stick. Oh my god, that was so... Anyways, yeah. Winter Formal. It was also the last event as Golden Board. Yeah. The previous board.
What was the moment you guys were like, oh, I know I'm gonna be in this club for sure. Like I want to like give myself this club.
It's a hard question.
To you too, Sean. What was your moment? I'm like, this is what I wanna do. You know.
For me, I definitely remember. I would say the bonfire was really like. I think that was the point where I was like, this seems like a really cool club, and then I like really liked it a lot. So then I stuck with it. Yeah, I think it was like more, even though it wasn't like very hype, it was very chill, and I like really enjoyed that. Like you got to connect with a lot of people, and also seeing like a bunch of bonfires spread out the entire beach was really cool too.
Yeah. When did I first meet you, Sean? I like don't remember. I feel like I met you after you got on board.
I think so too. I think I've seen you around, especially because you're on board,
Yeah.
but I didn't really talk to you until I got to be on board.
Yeah.
I met Sean at Ultraman. I remember.
Yes, I remember that.
You got to take a ride in my green machine.
Yes,
'Cause
I
I
remember
drove
that. I think
people.
that was the first car where I like was like, this is an interesting car. Like,
Yeah.
it was super cool. Like I was like, everything is so retro, which is really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that was really fun. I think for me, because I found out about CSA through PCW, So after that, I was like pretty set on joining CSA. I was like 95+% chance I joined CSA after that weekend. So I was kind of set on joining CSA pretty early on. But also I was lucky enough to be hosted by them for PCW as an incoming student.
Honestly, like I went into Cal Poly knowing I wanted to join some sort of culture club because like that was what I was like passionate about. And like for PCW, I wasn't hosted under CSA, but I did like this one of the like breakout sessions for CSA, and I won a shirt. Anyways, I don't know. I got second place in the rock paper scissors competition. I don't even know who won first place. I don't even think she committed to Cal Poly, so it doesn't matter. I'm the only one who matters.
Out there somewhere with the CSA shirt.
Yeah. I don't know. I already knew I wanted to join CSA, but like I don't know, like what made me like want to run for board. I don't know.
Yeah, running for board for me, I didn't decide on running for board until like winter quarter my first year, because like I was like in CSA and like I knew people in the club, and then like I started becoming more involved, like being involved with Chinese New Year banquet, which like that's customary to how it is every year. Like littles help out with CNYB, and I got to meet more people through the club that way, and combined with that and like seeing it as a great leadership opportunity to run a club, like it's something I've never done before. I didn't do it in high school, and that's why I decided to run for board. And then running for president is even a bigger story behind that. But
I actually met you through CNYB.
And harmonics.
Oh,
too.
and harmonics too. Yeah.
I was like, oh, I this guy's in harmonics too. Okay. I'm like, I know this guy. I've seen him before.
Yeah. I remember when you were
like,
the
oh, he's
pig.
running for board. Cool, I am
You were
too.
you were the pig, and you would. I remember just like, damn, this guy has so many lines.
That was awful, dude. Like, I don't know if I'd be able to like take a lead part in a play or a musical because there's so many. Maybe musical, maybe because the lines are easy to remember, but plays, like, there's so many lines.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, you know,
so
that
nervous.
was, I feel like that was when I met Rocco. The first time seeing him was like at CMYB when he was like performing, and I was like, huh, okay.
Dude, my performance as Pig was so like it's on, by the way, it's on YouTube, so you could go watch it, but like I can't watch it. It's like so awkward.
Wait. Can I say how I met Kyle? It's so funny.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know this story.
Yeah, it was like winter quarter, and then like they had just announced like, oh, running for board, and I remember texting Charlie, who was like Prez our first year, and then I was like, I am interested for running for board. Anyways, so he like gave me information. I was like, huh, social's cool. And like, cause Kai, a social chair at the time, he was on my line. I was like, okay, that's like the only position I know about, so social chair it is. And Kai at the time was like, yeah, social chairs are really easy positions. You know, you have 3 other co's to breeze. And I was like, sounds great.
Wow.
Anyways, and then I was like asking around to see who else was running for social, because you know I was trying to see my competition. Anyways, so they're like Kyle, and I was like, who the fuck is? I don't know if I'm allowed to curse on stream. But anyways, I was like, who the hell is Kyle? And then so someone like at the next meeting, and someone was like, oh, that's Kyle. And then he was like, what are you eating? Were you pita chips and hummus?
Pita chips with hummus from Campus Market.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, can I have a chip?
She is. Like I heard the name Elaine before, right? But I've only seen her at meetings. I've never like talked to her. So I was just chilling in front of the meeting, eating my pita chips, and she sits down and she's like, "Can I have a chip?" Like,
interesting way to start a conversation.
Great story. I love it.
I don't even know what happened after that. I gave you a chip, and then we started talking about, "Oh, are you running for social chair?" Yeah, I'm running for social chair.
Yeah.
And since then, I'm stuck with her now. So
No.
Annoying.
There's like one more week. Goodbye. Anyways, wait. Okay.
I think we have a question in the chat.
Yeah.
Oh, what we got? What we got?
what is one thing that CSA has given you personally and professionally?
Oh,
Ooh, man, there's so much to choose from.
that's that's a good question.
The biggest thing CSA has given me personally is like a sense of community because like I've met like almost all of my friends through CSA. like like everyone, all of my close friends in college are from CSA. All my roommates I've met in CSA. All of like the people from my dance group is from CSA. It's like it really helped me like find a place at college. And I know that's like something that a lot of people struggle with this first year, like finding friends, finding your place on college in college. So CSA was really that thing for me. I'm really grateful for it, and that's like why I want to give back so much to CSA. And professionally, it's given me it professionally it's been very helpful actually. Like my experience on board, I brought up a lot during when I was interviewing. Because I got an internship last winter break, and or this past winter break, and they when they asked about like, oh, what is your leadership experience, what I was like, oh, I brought up all the things about CSA, and actually brought up a lot about this year and how we transitioned to using committee based board system instead of like individual position based, and how like we use that to make sure work was split evenly. So they they really thought that was cool, so it really helped me out to getting my job. I thought that was interesting. I actually talked about CSA a ton when I was interviewing for places.
I think personally and professionally has like a lot like in common for me, like for what it's given me. Like if you knew me first year, I was like really shy. Like I like did not talk at all. um yeah, very different. Anyways, so like being on board at least like helped me a lot because like forced me to be like social and like know how to talk to people and like make conversations, leadership skills, that kind of stuff, which like gave me more confidence just like personally, but that also just helps in like all aspects of life. Like it's never bad to be confident. So yeah. Also, like just like having leadership positions, just again, like Kyle said, helps a lot. Like if you're trying to get like an internship, a job, or like a position, even like in like another club, it's always good to like reference like prior experience. So yeah, leadership experience.
I have a very similar answer to both Kyle and Elaine's answers. Add on, so I think personal experience. I think the vast majority of my friends that I've made in college and my close friends have been through CSA. Um, I think one thing that I've really learned is like the friendships I've made in CSA have been so like much closer. Like I've been like super close with people, like people I work with on board, and like people like in my family, in my line. Like I've kind of like it's sort of I would say it's like like talking to people and like talking about like deep things, which is I don't know if that makes sense, but like I've never done it as much as I have since I've joined CSA, and like it wasn't something I did in high school or middle school either, to a similar extent. And for my professional life, like being on board for 2 years has given me a lot of experience, leadership experience, and I've also used that in interviews and stuff like that. And I've talked about my experience in CSA and how we've handled things this year when things went online. And it's definitely experience. Like this is an experience I'm never gonna forget for the rest of my life. Um, so like I don't regret it.
What about you, Sean?
Um, I would say personally, it's offered me a lot. In a sense where like you guys, I made a lot of my close friends and like my roommates, through CSA, and it also like helped, kind of make me more sure of what I'm looking for out of a friend. Like, so you know how like there's acquaintances, and then like CSA, by like allowing us to talk about deep stuff, you're able to like learn more about others very quickly, and so like that's like reassured me in a sense where I know what type of friendship I want with people, and that's helped me out a lot. Um, for like professionally, I would definitely say, um, it's helped me manage my time a lot better compared to like first year. I remember first year I was struggling, even though I didn't have a lot of commitments. Like by taking on more commitments, it like forced me to kind of organize my work and my time. Hi Eric. um, yeah. Like I actually have a question. Like, what is one thing that you guys struggle with on like being as a board member?
Wow. Yeah, I have a lot of things I struggle with as a board member. Especially like first year going into being a board member. I think the biggest thing that I've had to work on was like taking a step back, like knowing when to be at the forefront and knowing when to let other people shine. And I think like as a freshman coming in, I was really excited. I was really sociable and like I just want to talk to everyone. I want to be out there, right? Um, but oftentimes I have to like a big thing I learned like going into this year and being exec is like uh place time and place and like staying within your own bounds and um like because like my job this year or our job as exec this year is to lift up you guys as board members and let y'all shine and lead the club. Although like Rocco might be our bigger head, our face of the club, you guys are also like our like the forefront of board. So I think that's something big that I really have to work on. Like taking criticism well and being being the one to learn from my mistakes and be calmer in general.
I think if you're done. For
Yeah,
me,
yeah.
I think I struggled with just being confident, like I said earlier. Like I think I like overcompensated for that fact. I would like try to like okay, my like motto is like fake it until you make it, right? You have to pretend that you're confident and then eventually you will become confident. Like that is how it is. But like I overcompensated. So people thought I was like really cocky like first year.
You too.
That is hilarious.
Like well, like I wasn't. I was literally like so self-conscious. I was like, please, I'm like faking it. Yeah. And like even still,
People
I'm
said I
like
was cocky
bad.
too.
I'm like bad at like making like decisions on behalf of like everyone, even as exec. I'm like very passive, actually. So yeah.
I think
After this question, we have a question in the chat. But yeah, go ahead, Rocco.
okay. So my biggest challenge as a board member, my first year, I was a very passive board member. Like, I, I think out of like a lot of the new board members, I didn't really have very much to say. Like, there were a lot of like outwardly speaking people. Like, I wasn't really outward. I didn't think I was outwardly enough my first year. I was very under the radar, and I was very worried about that because I was like, well, if I want to run for president, like I can't be passive and I can't wait for people. I have to be the one that makes decisions and be the person that's upfront. And that's kind of a skill that like, I've been able to like overcome, or that like that's an issue I've been able to overcome this year as president. And I would even argue that like I didn't even get fully tested because I think if things were in person, it would have been even harder, in that sense. But for me, like it's just been a really great learning experience and working on the things that like are kind of things that I think could have been better. And now I'm like more confident about myself and I'm more confident about my skills and my abilities. So I think that was my biggest challenge as a board member.
What was our question in the chat?
Well, there's two. One was, what's your favorite Chinese song? And the other one was, which small in-person event do you miss the most? Okay, I'll recommend a song. Okay, it's not like a traditional like 80s Chinese song. It's like Chinese American. Wait, okay. It's by Tyson Yoshi. It's something by Tyson Yoshi. I'll type it in the chat too. It's really good. 10 out of 10.
I feel ashamed to say this, but I don't generally listen to Chinese music. I only know a handful, and they're like the really popular ones like Wine
Yeah.
and uh what was Tonghua and Tonghua.
Like, yeah, that's what I said.
You know,
Those are
like those are like the really big ones.
classics. Okay, but
Yeah.
something by Tyson Yoshi is like, it's like more like R&B, and it's like, okay, I'm pretty sure the guy is like Chinese American or like, cause like most of the song is like half the song is in English, half the song is in Chinese. But yeah. And then also, which small in-person event do you miss the most? Not CNYB or Ultraman, etc.
Wait, does Rocco have a Chinese song?
Oh yeah, yeah.
I was gonna
Just in
say,
case, just in case.
I don't
Or
have a
Sean does have
recommendation, so
a
it's
Chinese
fine.
song.
My grandma sings this one song, and I didn't realize that it was very popular. I think it was in Crazy Rich Asians, the opening.
Oh.
I don't remember what it's called though.
I didn't want to pick anything from Crazy Rich Asians because I felt like that was too cliche, but it's okay.
I'm sorry, ancestors. I'll listen to more Chinese music. I promise.
The cover of Yellow by Coldplay, oh, that was in Crazy Rich Asians, is really good, but the Chinese version is by Catherine Ho. It's really good.
Yeah,
Oh, I remember that song now. Yeah.
It's on my
Yeah.
playlist.
I remember that song now.
So
Yeah,
in-person event, small in-person event that's not like Ultraman or CYB. We did a lot of game nights in person, and those were a lot of fun. Actually, one of the new events we did last year was the Hot Pot night, and then we did games after. Like that's an event that I definitely I would do again. That was a lot of fun.
Small in-person event.
I'm like thinking so hard. It feels like such a long time ago.
I know. Well, shoot. Well, I don't know if this counts, but like I enjoyed a lot of like the small things Chin did. Like probably one of my most memorable things is like sometime winter quarter for second year or first year, we went to B-Dubs, right, which is Buffalo Wild Wings. It's kind of like our tradition to go on Thursday nights. And for some reason, that one day we went to B-Dubs. There's like everyone there was just was just like so excited for some reason, and we were all kind of going crazy. And we ate like a bunch of wings, and then we went to we all mobbed over to Insomnia Cookies, and then we were just kind of like messing around outside. And then yeah, that was a lot of fun. We ran through the sprinklers too for no reason. That was probably like one of my like this like not even an official event, but it was like so fun.
Yeah. I feel like I should remember the events because I was social chair and like we put on most of the events, but like I can't. A small event.
Just run through.
Dude, does like Culture Fest count? That's not a small event, but
It's
like
not a small event.
Culture Fest was fun though.
Like there's pool party, there was hike,
pool party was really fun.
Pool party was pretty fun.
Yeah.
I didn't
What
go to pool
else?
party.
It was, dude. I busted a mission back from San Diego to SLO the very like that same day.
Okay, not many people came out to pool party. Not many people came to pool party.
It was
But
so fun though.
it was really fun. We're playing ultimate frisbee in the water,
Whoa.
and they were trying to float a chair into the pool.
I have photos from it. I like it was fun.
Was
We were
this
taking
last
photos
year?
like underwater.
This was
No,
2
it was-
years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was my first year. Yeah.
Our first
Yeah.
quarter on board.
Yeah, Kai was like taking photos of us underwater with this like waterproof phone or whatever. Yeah.
What about you, Sean?
What else?
What's your small event that you miss?
Does winter retreat count as a small event because the turnout was small?
Yeah.
I forgot about Winter Retreat.
I really
liked
that
Winter
was
Retreat.
fun.
that was fun.
That was a time.
I really enjoyed that. I was looking forward to that event a lot, and it turned out pretty well.
What was your
That's
favorite part?
definitely.
No,
Oh.
that should have been the first time I met Sean.
Oh, that's probably because some other reason. We just don't
Yeah.
remember.
Yeah,
My
that was fun.
my favorite part, I would say, man, I would say when we were taking photos, I remember someone brought out a drone and we were like trying to time it correctly so that the waves would hit and then the sunset would come out and we're trying to make CSA. I think that was my favorite part.
Oh, we were doing on the beach or taking pictures, and then we're like,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I could not.
Yeah.
I could not. Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, that was fun.
What about you, Rocco? What's your favorite part about that winter retreat?
So I remember that day was like one of the best days of the year for me because that was the day I played the Catan tournament, and then I remember I came to the event late, right? And then what did we do that night? We just
we
hung out.
hung out. We hung out.
We hung out. Yeah. I mean, the next day. Okay. Timeline.
We played hot seat.
Oh yeah, I remember that too. I totally remember that.
Are you okay?
We did something the day after though.
We went to sand dunes.
Yeah.
Sand dunes. That was a lot of fun. That was like the last thing we did. I remember. Sand dunes was a lot of fun.
I
We took a picture together.
Yeah, us three. I think it's still on my Instagram. Yeah.
So I definitely think winter retreat is something that next sport should definitely do, and it has the potential to be even bigger. You want to go somewhere else, even farther.
Tahoe.
Yeah,
Tahoe?
Lots of potential for that event. That was a lot of fun. We did a lot of new stuff like Golden Board that I looking back. I'm really glad we did all that.
Mhm.
I just remember when we would all go to the top of the second floor and it would creak and it looked like it was about to break.
Yeah.
It was so scary.
Yeah.
Dude, I slept on that overhang on the second
Yeah,
floor.
me too. I was like, is this structurally?
yeah.
Is this structurally? But
It's okay.
well. Oh yeah, don't tell. We were supposed to have that many people in there.
I mean, okay. To be fair, that's the same for the board retreat too.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're just living life.
we enjoyed it.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
it.
it's fine as long as you don't get caught.
Yeah,
Very
we didn't do
responsible.
anything bad. We were very respectful, and we
Yeah, we cleaned up really well.
we cleaned up very
you
well.
know.
Yeah.
No noise complaints.
Hmm. Yeah. What are you guys' favorite in virtual events this year though that we did? Other than Ultraman, the big ones like the side ones, because we talked
I
about
like-
Ultraman a lot already.
Yeah. I like the virtual events. I like the collab events that we did. The one with Berkeley that we just did, as well as the board collab. That was fun.
Oh yeah, for those who don't know, board there's like an intercollegiate board event thing that we went to. It was like there were like people from CSA Harvard, CSA
It was like 12
Illinois.
different schools.
Yeah, something like that.
There was nothing in
Every-
Illinois.
every-
I don't know.
school
There's something in the Midwest that I don't.
Literally
It was
every
like-
school was superior to Cal Poly.
Yeah. I was like, damn.
No, there's CSA.
It's true.
Apparently there's a big 5 CSA in SoCal, between like the
There's
LA.
5 CSAs. UCLA, USC, UCSD, Irvine, Riverside.
yeah,
Those are
and
the
they
big
invited.
Yeah, because they always do their Lunar New Year stuff together. They always have collabs with each other. But this year they decided, since it's virtual anyways, they expanded to a bunch of other clubs. It was Berkeley, CSA, us, Harvard. There was something. It was John Hopkins. Yeah.
Oh, Hopkins. That's what. It
Yeah. Not Illinois.
Was. Well, anyways, they invited us, and I thought that was pretty cool. But
Yeah.
got to meet a lot of other people from other events. I'd say a online event I really enjoyed was I liked the first culture dialogue a lot. just because like it was the first time we did something like that, and like I heard a lot of like good conversation. We had a lot of good conversation about like Asian American experience, and I thought it was very like rewarding to talk about that kind of stuff.
I thought the open mic was fun. Both of them. The one where we did it with the one we did in the spring, and then the one we did last quarter. It's like pretty chill and it's cool.
Mhm. We did TikTok dances.
Yes, I
Oh my
remember.
Me and
god.
Kyle.
I remember that.
Let's see. Oh, question in the chat. What was going through your head during summer of last year? How do you feel going to fall? Bro, I was stressed.
I was stressed too.
I was so stressed because we were coming off of spring where we had like a bunch of unprecedented things plus like the Zoom bombing. I was like stressed out of my mind. And then yeah.
I was
Yeah, during-
very nervous
Go ahead.
about club turnout because I was like, are freshmen gonna go out of their way to go on club showcase and like actually like go to Zoom meetings? Like we had no idea like what turnout would be, and that was like the biggest question mark. And yeah, we were like hoping earlier it would be in person, but like I think by the summer we kind of knew like, okay, we're gonna have to figure something else out this year. But yeah, that was definitely a very unexpected time. And then Elaine also mentioned the Zoom bombing. That was maybe, I don't know if we could talk about that today, but that was also very I don't know how to use the word to describe it. It was pretty bad.
It was definitely a big challenge we had to face. You know, especially coming like straight off onto like Zoom and stuff like that. But I remember during the summer we're very like uncertain. It was very like because like they didn't even tell us if we were gonna be online or in person by like until like the end of summer, and
It was like
we were
August.
like yeah, and we were like creating scenarios. We're like, all right, scenario one is full online, scenario two is online and in person, and then best case scenario three is like we're in person, right? And then we created different like what we were gonna do for each of those scenarios so that we could bring it to board and say, I'm sorry, we don't know what's gonna happen, but it's gonna be one of these three things. It was really hard. Like we were really worried about like if there wasn't enough littles that joined for bigs, and we're like, what are we gonna do? Like what's gonna happen if there's enough littles for bigs? And then we had to like kind of restructure fall. Like we pushed pairing and passing back to winter, and that was a big decision we made. But we know a lot of other cultural clubs did the same thing too. But yeah, it was a lot of uncertainty, and especially coming into fall, we're like, oh my god, like are we gonna completely change things? Yeah, I mean, I think it turned out okay. I think we ended up
We had
improvising.
yeah, the Big Little program went really well this year. There was a lot of interaction, and I was very satisfied with that. Like I've gotten a lot of positive feedback about it,
Yeah.
which has been really good.
Speaking of bigs and littles, someone in the chat asked, what are littles and bigs? I'm not very involved in CSA. It's like pairing. It's kind of like a mentor or like, I guess like a older sibling you get, or like a younger sibling, I guess. Basically, like, it's like, yeah, just kind of like a mentorship program. Like, it's paired based on either major interest, hobbies, anything, or just vibes. And yeah, hopefully that pairing like will last you like throughout college and beyond. Hopefully that's what we're aiming for. So yeah.
They're just like an older student, or sometimes it could be younger or same age, but like generally it's older. It's just like another student who is like acts as it's like your friend, your mentor, someone who's just there for you in the club. And like they also like these big little pairs, like when a big picks up a little and then the little picks up another little, then it creates these families which are like groups of like trees of bigs and littles, right? That make up certain parts of our club. So everyone's in a family. Each family does their own kind of thing. They have their own vibe, and so that's kind of how like an overview of our big little program. Yeah, if you're interested, coming out next year, we'll be doing big little again, and we can go definitely more into detail about how that works and stuff. it's very similar to the way frat and sororities do digs and littles, except less commitment, I guess.
Ballin. Yes. Hi, Jordan.
See, this is Ballin always be like this for no reason.
Okay. Oh, what are you guys chin? What chin
We're
dynamics?
not nearly
Drop it low.
we're not nearly as obnoxious as you guys, okay?
No, you're so obnoxious.
There's so much chin slander this year for no reason.
Hey.
What was all the slander this year? Why was Yip all up on us for no reason? What happened?
Chin slander? What are you talking about? I've never heard of this before.
God. Yeah, but I had a very I like the Big Low program a lot. Like I'm living with my big, so I think my pairing was really nice. I had Yanni and I think get on really well, and or I would like to think, I don't know.
Yeah, Brian, he's Brian. Just kidding. Brian's amazing. Brian's amazing. If he's watching.
Love you, big.
But yeah, that's a good question because like Big Little program is definitely one of like the biggest things we do in CSA every year. So you weren't able to do it this year. You have next year, and hopefully we'll be in person, so you'll get like the full like pairing experience next year.
Oh
So.
yes, I remember the full pairing experience. All of that suffering. Yes.
Okay,
Hey,
I think pairing is fun.
Pairing was
It is
definitely
fun. I mean-
fun. It was very fun.
Wait until you're in person. You get to shake empty yerb cans until
Yeah.
shuffling through papers. It's like, does anyone know who this is?
Yeah.
And then we always make the joke every year. It's like, we don't know who to pair this person with. We just throw papers up in the air and then pick two out of the... Oh, they're good.
That's not what actually happened.
That is not what
No,
happened.
that is not what happens. Don't listen to Kyle.
We're like, oh, she likes blue. She likes blue. Who else likes blue? Whose favorite color is blue?
Hey, we got rid of the colors this year for a
Yeah.
reason.
Oh my god, I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly,
You know,
like, sorry.
I
go ahead.
kind of miss like having fundraiser events.
Yeah, those were a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Hopefully they'll be back
Cooking
next
and
year.
selling food.
Future PR.
Oh, yeah.
And treasurer too, because
Treasurer,
you gotta
yes.
keep track of the money going in and out. So
Honestly, it's been such a ride being on board for 2 years, going through it in person, going through online, and part of me is gonna miss it a lot when I'm like I'm tired. I'm really tired.
Boomer.
I'm getting old. I'm getting old. I don't know if I can handle another year on board, but like, I think it's been such a long ride. These 2 years, I felt like my whole life, even my whole college experience, especially, and like coming to the end of it, it's like I don't know, like I'm gonna be very sad. Especially, I'm gonna make some posts about it or something saying how much I appreciate the club and board and stuff. But it's been such a long time, and I don't know what I'm gonna do with myself after. To be honest, like, I'll have free time. For the first time in a long time, I'll have free time.
Yeah. We'll celebrate on Saturday.
Yeah. And I'm excited. I'm so excited to see what next board is gonna do with the club, and like to see, I'm happy to see like people passionate about giving back to CSA, and it reminds me of myself, and probably like a lot of board members that I was on my first year too. And I think y'all are gonna do great. I can't wait to see what you guys do with it, and I hope you invite me back to Ultraman.
well, that's gonna be in what 2 years?
That is
Yeah.
Can you tell you
I better get invited back for Ultraman.
Kyle, you gotta be around next year. So then
Get in
you
line,
get to
Elaine.
know the new people that are
You're
gonna be on board
waitlist
in 2
number
years.
3 behind me.
Hello. Okay, why did y'all choose to rerun? Cause Kyle wouldn't do it. He was like backing out.
Exposed.
Kyle was the flipped flopped so much last year on whether to rerun for board again or not. Like, I kid you not.
We were stressed. We were hella stressed out.
I'm sorry.
Because of Kyle.
I'm sorry.
Kyle.
So what happened was last year I was really debating whether or not I wanted to run for board again. It was a lot of reasons why. One, because I finally changed majors, so I was like, I gotta start, getting good grades. And another thing was I just joined UM, and I was like trying to be very active and like performing and like doing other stuff. And I was just kind of like worried about doing board again. So I was kind of flip-floppy. I was like, do I want to take it easy or do I want to, go more in? So I didn't know what I wanted, and I was just kind of flip-flopping. I'm really sorry to you too, because I was just kind of like telling you guys like, I'm not doing it. I'm not gonna do it, and then I'll be back like, maybe I'll do it. And then, yeah, and a big part of the reason why I decided to run again was, well, one, I talked to Johnny, and he told me about how different it is being exec versus being a board member or like a general board member, right? And like the difference in duties, the difference in workload, the difference in what you gain back from the club. I think I gained something very different this year than I did last year. And also like I saw like all the freshmen, all like second years now who wanted to run for the positions, and I was just like this is a great group of people, and I think that being on board with them would be very fulfilling. So I ultimately decided, yeah, I would rerun. And I didn't want to leave these two alone, I didn't want to just dip. So I was very flip-floppy, but the reason I reran again was because I guess I gained some of my passion back for the club, and I was also feeling a little burnout by the end of last year.
Yeah. I think what I wanted to rerun was to keep it short, I like the club a lot, and there was a lot of ideas that I had that I couldn't carry out being like last year on board that I really wanted to carry out as exec, which I did end up carrying out, which yay. Anyways, and finally I just knew I would regret it if I didn't rerun, because I have commitment issues, so I was like, I need to just commit, I will really regret it if I don't. So no regret.
Rerunning for board. Okay, think about this timeline. So I remember when I was first a board member, I was like, this is gonna be really fun. I'm gonna do it for a year. This will be a cool experience. And then at the time, when board tournaments were just starting, a lot of other people wanted to rerun for boards. I was like, I just don't see it in my destiny to run for board another year. And this was really early on. And then I think kind of just as the year gone by, I was thinking about just a lot of things about the club and what I've gained from the club. And I think my perspective really changed. I wanted to, as cheeky as this sounds, I wanted to make CSA bigger and better. There were things that I think could have been improved in CSA, and that was one of the reasons why I ran again. And then, and also talking to people who wanted to run for board. I knew that people in my line, Sean and Thea, were running for board. It's honestly, they're another big reason why. I feel like if they didn't want to run for board, I'm not completely sure if I don't know if I would have run for president. It was definitely a big reason. Sean literally told me to run for president. I was like,
do it. Yes.
I don't know, man.
Round 3.
I was like,
round
I don't know if I can do that. What happened was I was like, oh, I think I'm gonna rerun. Yeah, I think I'd be a good vice president. And then Sean's like, you should run for president. I was like, and then I kind of thought about it a little more, and just about my experience with the club and the opportunity I was given to be a leader, and carry the club another year and take it to another level. And that was why I decided to run again. And I mean, the honest answer is that a lot of people on board, kind of by the end of the board term, our board term for Golden Board, people kind of lacked the passion they had for the club. But it wasn't something that was something that I still had at the end of the year, and that was another reason why I ran again. But yeah, it was, like I said, it was a long journey, and obviously everything didn't turn out the way I thought it would, but I can still say I'm proud of like the work we've done on board this year, and I am so happy for people running next year, and I think the club is going to be bigger than I could ever imagine next year. So
Completely agree. Like everyone on board this year, y'all have surpassed my expectations, and like you guys are so amazing in handling like this such like a different board term. Like this is not what you signed up for, right? You signed up to to be doing in-person events and to doing this kind of stuff, but to give your all even though we're not in person, and to put your passion to this club and to put all this work in. I think you guys did amazing, and I'm so proud of everyone who worked on board this year. And I want to say thank you to Elaine and Rocco too. Like you guys are like you guys are like almost like the reason I didn't like give up on CSA, right? And like without you two, like I could definitely not have like known where to go with this club on my own.
You're welcome.
She really unmuted for that.
Hey, fuck you. This is what I'm not gonna be nice to you anymore. I'm done being nice to you.
hey, it's okay, Kyle. At least you have 2 kidneys.
Hey.
You're right. Yeah.
Hey, that was my joke. Okay, like my one kidney is alive and well.
Yeah, I was
But,
gonna say.
Do you have any other?
I was gonna say.
Go ahead.
You guys did a really good job at leading the club, like throughout like these unprecedented times, and like I think things turned out very well, if not like as well as it turned out last year as well. So like I think you guys did a really good job at leading the club in a direction where you guys weren't really sure as to what exactly would happen in the future. So like I wanted to say thank you for that.
Sean,
My
it means a lot
dude.
to us. I'm glad you guys still have passion, and you guys felt like we did things well. Yeah, I mean, from now, I mean, I guess once after this Saturday, I mean, we'll still be around to help out the new board, because we're gonna have a transition period of like giving advice, and then obviously next fall's in person, and nobody on board has in-person experience yet, so we are here to give you guys advice and help you all through that. I know it's gonna explode next year. A lot of socially starved people are gonna come out to the club events and be like,
Oh,
I want to
man.
meet people.
Like, even though we've been like doing CSA this year, like I feel like I have to like work on my social skills again, dude. Like I haven't talked to people in person.
I know.
I haven't talked to a large group of people in person in like a year.
Even
Me
talking to people
too.
one-on-one, and like my friends one-on-one in person, I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like telling people that I might cry at the first in-person general meeting for CSA because it's been so long.
yeah.
I can't believe I was the only one who cried at the last general meeting.
Okay, to be fair, I am very like what's the word?
Not
like-
emotional, or I don't
Like
know.
I'm not
Emotionally
okay.
unavailable?
Generally, I'm not. Yeah, so I'm usually like emotionally unavailable, but then sometimes I fucking bawl my eyes out. So
Yeah, same here. It's
it would have been bad on if that happened yesterday, but like I don't know, man.
I want to
could
cry.
happen.
Like I wanted to cry. Believe me, like I wanted to cry and stuff. But like, I don't know. I guess I need alcohol in my system.
You need
I
to
mean-
be sober. We need
I needed
spicy
legal
water.
drinks that I am able to drink.
Spicy water.
I just like I was definitely sad, and I was definitely like like, man, like it's over, right? This is our last general meeting. I don't get to make slides anymore. But like like I definitely felt sad, but crying is hard for me to do. Maybe it's just because of like how I grew up and stuff. Like my grandpa used to hit me, but I'm sure it's the same for a lot of guys. But yeah.
When I was
Okay, so
younger,
Saturday it is. I'm expecting you both to cry.
I'll cry on Saturday. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna cry on Saturday.
yeah, man, Saturday's gonna be. This is such like this is a huge week for me because yeah, elections and announcing the new board and everything. So
That's going to be very
Gonna be-
interesting to see who's running.
Yeah, I see a lot of people interested in running, and like, oh man, it's gonna be quite interesting. I hope elections doesn't last a whole day. I don't want people to be on Zoom too long, but
yeah, we have to like go through it really fast, and you know. But yeah, for those of you that are watching, I do recommend coming out to elections, so you can get a direct say on who ends up being on board next year, because your vote does matter. We are voting, so
And that directly
something to
affects
keep in
like what kind of events happen next year. You know, what direction the club gets taken in. So elections is very important. So yeah. You have anything less to say, Elaine?
No.
Related to what Kyle said about crying, I was gonna say that like when I was younger, I cried about a lot of stupid things. I don't know if anyone else has like have a similar experience, but I would cry because like I accidentally deleted the game save data on my on Mario Kart or something.
Dude,
Like those are stuff I used to cry over.
No, that's like a totally valid reason to cry. But like I still cry about stupid things. Like last quarter I went to McDonald's and they like got rid of the strawberry sundae and I started crying.
Oh, I was sad too. They don't have strawberry syrup anymore, and when you put it with the McFlurry, it's so good. Oh my god.
Yeah.
They
I'm
never
so
bring it
sad.
back.
So
You also try
I
that.
bought strawberry jam just.
I used to cry because my grandpa wouldn't buy me Lunchables. Like, I would see
Okay,
it in the
I'm
grocery
glad
store,
I
I'd be
wasn't
like,
the only one.
You're definitely not.
yeah, you're
Because
definitely
looking back,
not.
like I've cried on the stupidest stuff ever, dude. Like I don't even want to talk about it anymore. But like, yeah, like I said, it's so bittersweet because it's like, war was so much like, it was an adventure and it's like coming to an end now for me.
Mhm.
But the great thing about it is like I still get to see the future, you know, for next year. So,
Yeah. Like I met so many people, had made so many memories through board. It's definitely gonna be something I take with me like the rest of my life. Yeah. And I know, Elaine, I know you have to go at 11:30.
11:30.
Or 7:30. I need to go at 7:30. So I guess we'll make some like last comments. If there's any last questions in the chat, we can answer them. But
Mhm.
thanks everyone for tuning in and listening to our stories about how we felt about both our board terms and stuff like that. I feel like we should do this every year because I didn't get to hear the stories about Last Exec, and
Mhm.
I would have liked to hear their take.
yeah, you know, this podcast, like, it is the first year we're doing it, so maybe it could be like a customary thing every year.
Mhm.
That'd be cool.
Some of your
I mean-
board experience in one word / phrase. What would it be?
Oh,
One word
oh,
One word or phrase?
or phrase.
that's gonna be a long
Chaotic?
phrase.
It could be
Man, what the heck?
chaotic. It was chaotic.
I would not use
But like
the word
chaotic can be like it can be interpreted in many ways. Like chaotic good, you know?
but also chaotic evil, chaotic.
I would say, shit, this is hard. My vocabulary is not wide enough to handle this
English.
question.
English engineering.
um,
Unexpected. Fulfilling.
Filling is definitely one of the words, but there's something else that
while Kyle thinks, I think the way I would describe it is like going on a really long adventurous hike, and like and right now it feels like I just hit the top.
Then what do you do? Do you have to like jump off?
Bro,
There's
it's
nowhere else to go.
oh my god.
You're parachuting off now. Like
Yeah,
if I were to,
and I'm parachuting down right.
if I were
Like
to
there's no
describe
like
my,
down. You don't like transition off board. You're like on board then off board. You know.
yeah.
Like you don't go
I would-
back to being treasure. Like,
I would say my the thing that like it's not really a phrase or a word, but the analogy I would use to describe my board term, or my time on board would be like being on a roller coaster.
That's good.
Like
too.
when you're standing in line and you're like anticipating it, you're like, you know, I can't wait to go. Well, this is if you like roller coasters. I like
It's
roller
similar.
coasters.
It's close enough.
I like roller coasters, so I'm like, oh, I can't wait. You know, it's gonna be a lot of fun. And you get on it, and then in the moment, you know, being at the top, it's scary, but like, and dropping gives you this like sinking feeling and excitement, and just so much is happening. You know, you're going up and down, you're twisting right and left, and so many unexpected things are happening to you. But by the end of it, when you like slowly roll down back to the same place you started, as like a general member, you're like, wow, like that was such a fulfilling experience, and I would completely do it again if I wasn't nauseous.
okay. Anyways, I would say I would describe it as like character development.
That's good. Yeah.
I think I grew a lot as a person, and I like don't regret anything. And yeah.
The arc.
Yeah, like even like the bad things still like looking back was like a good thing on like changing me for the better. So yeah.
If you run for board, you got main character energy. I'm kidding. Yeah, but well, I think that's we're gonna have to sign off for today. But thanks everyone for
today,
with
for
me.
forever.
For forever. Last time we'll be
Podcast
talking is
will-
at elections, so
Podcast will probably be back next quarter, but unless we get invited back as guest stars.
Maybe.
Other than that, this is maybe.
if they extend to general members, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hope to see everyone at elections. But
Yes.
it's been a great time, and this is kind of our last goodbye as exec and on board. So, thanks everyone for a great year.
Thank you all.
It's been great. Bye bye.